Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're welcome to Immigrant Voices and Victories, where we share about the personal journeys of those who have crossed oceans, faced challenges, and have succeeded in their professional careers. And I'm so excited today. We have a wonderful guest here, Dr. Bunmi Omorotionwan. So if you're new here, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel for more episodes of Immigrant Voices and Victories. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for staying with us. You're welcome, Dr. Bunmi Omorotionwan.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yemisi. It is a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Yes, ma. So we're going to have some icebreakers. And yeah, we love our guests to feel very comfortable. So we have a set of questions from 1 to 19. If you would kindly choose any number. And
okay, thank you. Number 1.
Number 1. What was your best class in school?
Class in school. Do you mean primary school, secondary school, or university?
I know. Choose your favorite one.
Okay. I'll say my final year in university.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's great. Mm-hmm. Let's go for another one. Yeah.
Number 7. Please be good to me.
Okay. Number 7. What's the worst piece of advice you've ever been given, and why was it so bad?
I remember someone telling me, so when I was going to come to England for my PhD, that was 9 years ago, my son was 2 years old. So I had 2 people who I respect very well tell me that there is no way you can do your PhD and concentrate if you go with your child. So what you need to do is leave your child behind and go. But I just didn't have the mind to be able to do that, But so against all the advice, I came with my son, and I realized that this kind of stability that I had, was because I knew that my son was with me. I can't imagine, schooling here, just thinking that my child was back there. So I think I didn't take that advice. Wow. It may not have been, it wasn't for me.
Awesome. Yeah, life is all about choice. When people give you advice, you have to decide, is it really what I want to do? And you have your conviction there to help you. So let's start. It's so good to have you here on Immigrant Voices and Victories. And you're not just an immigrant, but you're an ambassador, because your success story has shown over the years with your so many awards at the university, and your life is just such an inspiration. And I'm sure someone is going to be learning a lot from your personal journey today. So please, can you briefly introduce yourself and, share with us where you're originally from?
Okay, thank you. My name is Bunmi Omorotionwan. I kind of wear many hats, and depending on the situation and what it demands, I'm a wife. I have an amazing husband who is my backbone. I love him so much. I'm a mother. I'm a pastor. I'm actively involved in ministry, and that makes my life absolutely amazing. I'm a certified coach, trainer, and speaker. I'm a lecturer, and I absolutely enjoy science.
Wow, awesome. So, and you're originally from?
From Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. Awesome. I am from Nigeria as well. Yeah. So, what motivated or influenced your decision to move to the UK?
Okay, thank you. Coming to the UK was mostly to further my studies. So initially, when I came in 2009, that was for my master's, and then I returned in 2015 for my PhD. So I've always been interested in furthering my education, and that's why I chose to come to the UK to do it at the University of Nottingham.
Wow. I know you had a scholarship for your master's, a Commonwealth scholarship, and then for your PhD as well. And you had so many awards during your PhD, which is quite remarkable, I must say. I just wanted to ask as well, can you describe your initial experiences when you first moved to the UK?
Mm. Yeah, so when I first moved to the UK, of course, moving into a new place, new people, and the experiences definitely new. So it was a mixture of shock because of some value differences, some belief differences, yeah, and also having to learn new things because I'm always open. I want to learn new things. I want to see how people are doing things. I believe that traveling is a very important part of education. And when you see people who have traveled around, they've learned new things, they've been able to understand that life is way beyond just the little place that they come from. So it was a mixture of, that shock as well as learning new things for me. Yeah, it was a beautiful experience, some embarrassing moments, some beautiful moments, meeting absolutely wonderful people,
Yeah.
a learning curve. It was a mixture of everything, but most
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Well, that's good. Any challenges at all that you like to share that you faced during the early days of your immigration to the UK?
Yes. So like I said, the culture. Yeah, so it's really different here in England. The values, the beliefs, the lifestyle compared to where we come from, which is Nigeria.
Mm.
For instance, back in Nigeria, we live a community life. So everybody is your brother, everybody is your sister. don't need to you don't need to book an appointment to see somebody. You can just go and knock on the door, who they house, so and yeah, welcome, oh, come follow me chop, that kind of thing, that kind of that warmth. And you just want to go to the shop to get some groceries, you can just say, I beg, look after my child for me, I'll soon be back. So that kind of life, yeah. But coming here, initially when I just came, I didn't really know what I was going to get. So I came with that level of openness and how you want to help everybody. So I remember one of my experiences. One day there was this elderly man, quite frail, and he was sweeping in front of his house. So I approached him. I was like, "Let me help you," and I was trying to help him. He just grabbed back the the sweeping broom. I said, "No!" I said, "I wanted to help." He said, "No, no, 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 no." And I said, "Oh, okay. I have a lot of learning to do here." I noticed that are a bit more conservative. They want their own space. They want you to respect them. So that wasn't particularly easy for me. I had to learn that. But it wasn't very easy for me because I thought, it's part of respect to want to help your elders and all of that. So, yeah, so a bit of shock here and there. And also in the area of food as well. Yeah, I remember once I went for a training, and part of what was said was lunch is going to be provided. So in my mind, they will give us one hot rice and chicken or beef. I was happy. Yeah. So when it was lunchtime, lo and behold, I saw a platter of a selection of sandwiches. I said, "What is this?" Oh, plus coffee. Is this what we are having for lunch? And this is lunch, and everybody was busy taking some crisps, some coffee, and that was it. You know, so that was a shock for me, a shock for me as well, because I didn't know that was the main meal in my mind. Okay, the main one will soon come, but it's amazing.
Mm.
Once you lived in a place and when God opens up your heart to accept them, you now love it. So yeah, it's just what I've come to enjoy now, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So if I went to it's a place now and they brought a typical rice, I'd be like, okay, that's different. I didn't see that coming now. So yeah.
Wow, awesome. Following up on that, so how have you been able to, adapt, to the cultural difference in the UK compared to, Nigeria, where you come from? What were those, things that you intentionally did to be able to adapt to the culture here?
Yeah, I think being able to understand people. So having friends that are British helped me. So when I had a neighbor, for instance, a very kind person, and she was open, so we were quite close. So speaking with her, I got to understand things better. I got to understand that if it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like you, if they don't smile very much. When you say hello to somebody, there's a way you say it with enthusiasm, and you expect that level of enthusiasm back. So she was, to me that it doesn't necessarily mean that if that's the case that they don't like you. It's just who they are. Yeah, so they may really like you, but maybe you're not very open to say it. So I think just having a friend who helped me understand it better, gave me an easy glide into accepting everybody here and loving them, and seeing them as community, which is key, because when you change communities, it is absolutely important that you accept them, and you can't be somewhere and just try to keep away. You can't impact anybody that you're not interacting with, and like this. People don't care how much until they know how much you care, and until you reach out to them and integrate with them, then we can't talk about impact. We can't talk about you being an addition or a blessing to somebody else's life.
Oh wow, that's good. Were there any adjustments you had to make? So after your British friend helping you to know the culture, were there other adjustments you made to your daily life to be able to adapt here in the UK?
I think yes. I think in terms of expectation, I had to make that change in terms of expectation. So if you don't think too much of how you expect people to respond to you, and you just believe the best of them, I think it has made a huge difference in the way I relate to people. Yeah, even my colleagues as well. So I just believe the best in them. So if they say something, I believe it. If they smile, then I believe that that it is what it is. Yeah. So I'm not waiting for too much from anybody to convince me. I just believe the best of them, and I think it has really helped, just cutting a lot of slack and lowering expectations, and just taking people the way they are and believing the best of them.
Wow, I love that. Taking people the way they are, believe the best of everyone around you, and with that, you don't put too much expectations, and you're not disappointed because you just take. Yes. What you see is what you get, because you just believe this is who this person really is. Wow, love that. The nuggets are gradually, coming out. Yeah, so now let's talk about your career journey. Can you walk us through your career journey in the UK, and then, highlighting milestones and transitions?
Okay, thank you. So as I said earlier, I came in to further my studies and to move on in my science career. So first, when I came in to 2009, that was on my MSc. That was a 12-month program, and then I went back to Nigeria, and then I came back so working back at the University of Benin lecturing, and then I came back in 2015 for my PhD. And after that, I had a postdoctoral research position for a number of years, and then I am now a lecturer at the Nottingham Trent University. So that's how it has progressed for me in my career.
Wow, awesome! Are there any milestones you're very proud of during this time of transitioning from being a student to a lecturer now?
Yes, absolutely. I do have moments in my life where I have been really happy and proud of the achievements. So I'm happy about them, but I'm very much humbled and grateful, because I do not consider myself to be a self-made woman at all. Yeah, I know everything that I am is a direct function of God's grace. I have had some awards during the course of my PhD. so as a member of the winning team, the Young Entrepreneurs scheme held at the Royal Society London. That was 2017. And then the 3-minute thesis competition, which is a competition that is done amongst PhD students to see how you can communicate your thesis, which is somewhat like an 80,000 words document, into a 3-minute pitch. So to be able to communicate this to a non-specialist audience. So for the University of Nottingham, I was the winner for the Tri-Campus competition. Then in 2019, I won the Entry Award within the University of Nottingham as well, which is an award that's given to distinguished postgraduate students because of their contribution to the postgraduate community. And in 2020, I finally got my PhD. So I did, I should have finished this in 2019, but I went through a very tough time, which was the loss of my mom. So I had to take a mini break, and then so I finished in 2020.
Wow, awesome. So if you're out there doing a PhD, there's so many awards for you to grab. Don't just do your PhD being in lab. You can be impactful in your community, and there are so many awards that are available. So check out your university and check out the 3-minute thesis. Is very, very wonderful. So wow, awesome. Were there any specific opportunities or turning points that significantly shaped your career path?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So I'm not going to say that there is a particular event that changed the course of my career, because what I've always wanted to do is to teach, and somehow I've been on this path for a long time. So even when I started my PhD, I knew that I wanted to continue on this path. So what I see is how this dream has progressed over time, and amidst challenges, there have been challenges, but I've seen how it has progressed. So one opportunity leading to another. Of course, when we finished your PhD, and then my supervisor saw potentials, it asked me to stay back. I had some postdoctoral experience with him, and then following on based on the experience, I went on to another PI who wanted me to do something based on my experience, but applying it in her area of specialty. And then after that, then the opportunity to lecture then came up. So you see everything building on, one activity and one experience and one skill building up upon another, and then gradually making you the suitable person to be what you finally are. So I can just see a journey that has progressed consistently. So one thing just leading to another over the years.
Wow, awesome. I just wanted to ask, how has criticism helped you?
It's amazing how people attack things that they don't understand. So when people don't understand something, many times they just talk, right? They attack it. So yes, people have spoken, but what I try to see is when people criticize, it's because, number one, they are not on my level of awareness, so they don't understand what I'm doing. They're not privy to the instructions that I'm working with. And secondly, they are not acting in a mature way to learn not to attack what they don't understand. So it's not been the easiest thing, but what I've learned, I heard someone say many years ago that don't be too proud to learn from the proud, and I took that to me. Even when people are wrong, or when people say things with the wrong motive, self-reflection is very key in our growth in life. So if I sit down with what they've said and I can pick something out of it, I'm going to take it, I'm going to add it to myself, and I'm going to move on to the next level. And I'm just going to leave you in your quagmire of doubt and and ignorance. Yeah, of course, yeah, because it doesn't really. I'm not going to let it affect me. What people say can only affect you if you allow it. At the end of the day, it's what you allow into your heart that's going to determine the trajectory of your journey. So people can say whatever they want to say. Really, the important thing is, don't hold any grudge in your heart, because grudge is too heavy. You can't travel far with it. So just
Mm.
leave. Just pray for them. But no, yeah, they can talk, but I know what I'm doing.
Awesome, awesome. So, were there any challenges you faced during your education or professional pursuit here in the UK? What were those challenges that you faced?
There are many. Yes,
Okay.
loads of. Loads of challenges. Yeah. So coming in the first in my first year, I came in for a PhD in molecular microbiology, and I didn't have much experience in molecular microbiology. I still remember the first meeting I had with my PI when he was trying to explain to me the content of the project, and when he was talking, I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't get that. I don't understand that. And then, but I told him something. I said, I don't really get this, but I'm a fast learner and I'm going to go into it. So in my first year, it was a steep learning curve for me. I know that I wanted this, but I didn't have so much experience. I wasn't really used to all of the equipment that I had to start using on a daily basis in the lab. So I had to learn, and I had to be confident to ask questions. Sometimes, because we don't want to look like a fool, then you don't ask questions. But if
Mm.
you, if you don't ask people questions, your ignorance remains with you. But if you ask questions, then you're seen as ignorant, but just for that time, and after that, you are better for it. So I would ask people, how do you do this, how do you do that, and then make a note of it so that I can move on and I don't have to ask them again. But that was a lot of learning for me. But my boss and my colleagues were absolutely supportive, and I'm grateful for that, because when you work in a healthy environment, it makes a huge difference. So
Mm.
the challenge was just that there was a lot to cover and a lot to do. So that was quite challenging. There was also the challenge of, so I'm a ministry person. I'm heavily involved in ministry. My husband is a pastor and a traveling minister. God bless him. So he's always going places for the ministry. So being a single carer for our son was a bit hard, especially in the first year, having to juggle everything, taking him to school, taking him to the nursery, and then caring for him, and then all of the new work, and then the house. There's so many things to think about, and then this is a new environment where you don't necessarily have all of the help. Like I said at the start, it's not like you can just knock on your neighbor's door and say, please, can my boy stay here for a while? And then you're very much involved in lab work. Sometimes you're growing microorganisms that need you to look after them for 12 hours. Sometimes you're working late into the night. So this was a bit hard for me. And there was also financial challenges as well. So these things were difficult for me at the start, to be able
Mm.
to have everything together. I thought my first year was really hard. It got better over the years, but it was hard for me at that time. But
So,
it was,
how did you overcome the challenge then?
oh, thank you for asking that question, because yes. So being able to overcome it, it's. I'm a person of faith, and I draw my strength from God, and having that word from God, and that strength that daily supplies you, that He daily supplies you, was it for me. That's that grace of God. But one very major way that God demonstrated His grace for me was giving me the kind of husband that He gave to me. So I think my husband is my support system. So when I look at my life, and I look at how I have come, it's I see I wouldn't have been where I am here without my husband. How he prays for me. I see how the prophetic word has brought me to where I am. I consider myself a product of prophecy. The prayers, the support, is there when I cry to him. Nothing is happening. No, the organisms are not growing. I need results. I need PhD. I need this to help me, you know. And then even though he doesn't know much about my science, you know, he's there, he's praying for me, he's supporting me. It's like, I know you can make it, you know. And when you hear that from someone who means so much to you, I mean, that made me, you know. And then, you know, he's supplying my, you know, the financial needs as well. And then my boy, just coming back to him, you know, just gives me the strength, you know. And I think here, I feel that one of the greatest blessings that God can give you is that support system. So many times you may even have the money, but if you don't have the support system, what do you do? So one of the blessings that God gave me was connecting me to, you know, a very dear family. I like to call her my angel here in Nottingham, and we've been very close for 9 years now. So I'm referring to the family of the Fadipes. They've been absolutely amazing. They were there for me. They are still there for me. I still remember one day, you know, I just dropped off my son at the nursery, and apparently I didn't know that the stress had gotten so much, you know, into me. I just dropped him off, and then I was hurrying to catch the hopper bus to go to my lab. I was carrying my big bag, you know, with my packed lunch and my laptop, and I was just walking, and all of a sudden the car just pulled up by my side and rolled down the glass, and she was like, "Hello, Sister Bunmi, how are you? You don't look okay." I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." "You don't look okay." And she was like, "You know what? Let Nima is my son. Let Nima come to the house, you know, this weekend, and just you need to rest, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, has it gotten that bad?" And they are seeing it in my face that I'm being overwhelmed, you know, and you know, whew. You know, then I'd never allowed you know, my son go anywhere. I was like, "No, I can't let my son go for a sleepover anywhere." But you know, but then, you know, trust had to be developed, and then my husband told me, "This is good, this is of God, let him go." And that was how he went that weekend, and truly I was able to rest. I was able to get myself up, and just looking back at how that family has been a blessing to me, I see that God is faithful. So to people who are coming into this place, I think just be open and trust God to bless you with this network of support, you know, true people who have a good heart towards you and are happy to help you. So it's amazing how this relationship has evolved over the years, you know, mutually beneficial. We feel like family, and this can only be God, you know, this gift of relationship. So being able to handle these challenges, really, I would say this is just the grace of God, you know. And you know, I wouldn't be here without God giving me the kind of husband I have really. So that's
Awesome. Awesome. It's so good to know how, you know, you have overcome these challenges with support system, you know, the network God has blessed you with, and the people, you know. Sometimes we take it for granted, the little things people can do for us.
I know.
You know, it can always be a blessing when you just get that one person that would just be there to, you know, help you. I can imagine what that rest would
Yeah,
have done to you. Like,
a lot of good. I didn't know I needed it, but someone saw that I needed it and gifted
yes.
it to me. Yeah.
Yes, and I love that when you said, you know, be open when you come around, because, you know, God brings you the gift of people, and if you're not open, you might not be able to receive it, really. So be open, and for you to be able to receive that help. Wow, this is so good. Dr. Bunmi has been talking to us. She's been giving us a lot of nuggets, you know, about her own personal journey, and I'm sure you have been inspired by her journey, and you are the next to be celebrated, you know, with the so many awards. Success is repeatable. I keep telling people,
That's right.
success
That's right.
is repeatable. You
That's
can
right.
literally just look at someone else's life and follow, you know,
Yes.
through it all. And we are in a system. My husband will always say there's a system in this country and it works. So if you can just, you know, connect yourself into the system, you will be able to repeat exactly what someone else has achieved. Okay, yeah. So we're going to draw the curtain here. You can see that, you know, Dr. Bunmi has been giving us a lot of nuggets. She's been sharing her journey with us. And I like to keep this video most often than not as short as possible for the first part. So watch out for part 2. come back here to watch the part 2 and get blessed and hear more of, Dr. Bunmi's journey on how she transitioned from a student into her professional career. So connect here, subscribe, like, share this video, and come back to watch part 2. See you soon. No limit. See you soon. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's have your comments in the comment section. I will be responding to all your comments. Thank you.